What should you do to get out of this world-ending scenario? Get inside, because here's how to survive a nuclear apocalypse. Right now, 9 countries are in possession of nuclear weapons. If any one of them launched even one of the almost 15,000 nuclear warheads in the world, it could cause a wave of chaos and destruction. A blast from a 1 megaton warhead would vaporize anything within 1 kilometer from its center. All of the buildings within 7 kilometers would collapse from a blast of air. Anything in a 12-kilometer radius would be hit by a thermal blast hot enough to cause third-degree burns. Ouch. And you better look away, because everything within 20 kilometers would be hit with a flash of light. It isn't too dangerous, but it could cause you to go blind for a few minutes. What should you do when you hear the sirens? Why would fleeing be a bad idea? And how could you survive the fallout? I know surviving a nuclear apocalypse may sound like a daunting, impossible task, but here's a few tips on how to get through the initial blasts and the aftermath. The sirens are blaring and everyone's in a panic. Better act fast, because you could only have a few minutes before impact. Your first instinct might be to evacuate and get as far away as possible. Hate your Monday morning commute? Well, imagine that, but much, much worse. The roads will likely be jammed with everyone trying to get out. This is a traffic jam that you wouldn't want to be caught in. You'll be a bunch of sitting ducks, and you can probably picture the rest. Your best bet is to hunker down and find shelter. If you or your neighbor have a bomb shelter, well, you don't need me to tell you where to go. If there are any underground subways nearby, go there. They're some of the safest places to withstand an incoming nuke. But if there aren't any subways nearby, try to find the largest cement building. In the best case scenario, go to the basement. If it doesn't have one, get to the center of the building. Hiding in a building will help to shield you from the blast. While you're in there, stockpile any packaged food, bottled water, and first aid supplies that were left inside the building. They'll not only help you get through these 3 days, but anything that you have left over will be handy to help or trade with other survivors. Speaking of trading, you might try saving as much money as you can. You'll never know when you have to dig into your emergency funds for an apocalypse. The thing is, if a nuke causes society to collapse, your money will pretty much be useless. But do you know what will stay the same while the dollar will lose its value? Gold. If times are feeling a little unstable, it's a good idea to invest in precious metals. You'll be able to hold on to your wealth once society bounces back from the devastation. And who knows, gold could be the most valuable resource during an apocalypse. If you're in the market for a hedge against a nuclear apocalypse, you should head over to the sponsor of this video, jmbullion.com.